Bobby, what obviously playing with the goggles for the first time, what was it like? Was there any kind of adjustment, or did you feel a difference at all?
Nah, it's a big game for us. No excuses to be made. One of our brothers went down, and guys had to step up. If we can run and jump, then you can go play. I mean, it's one of them things where you just got to make an adjustment and just go hoop, man. The basketball guys was with me tonight a little bit.
Was any way by that, or how did you feel?
It hurts for sure, but you just got to play through it. Just doing all the proper things I need to do, taking all the proper medicines. Hopefully it goes down, but obviously it hurts. You can still see it's still red.
Coming off that and barely playing in game 2, like what kind of extra motivation, something like what did you use that to come into this game for yourself personally?
Nah, I want no motivation for no hit or nothing like that. I'm just playing basketball, doing what I love to do, playing free, playing with sweat like I've been playing ever since I've gotten here. So, I mean, that was just a basketball play. It doesn't matter that I got hit or not, but just going out there trying to win, play, play meaningful games, play meaningful minutes, and just try to impact winning every time I'm out there. Try to play the game the right way every time I'm out there.
Is there a conscious effort? You talked about like one of your brothers going down and knowing somebody needed to step up. Do you have it like in the back of your mind, like you need to be more aggressive because you all are without, 20 plus points, or do you still just try to read the game? What's your process?
Take the shots that's given to me. I'm a guy that I don't really just try to go get the game. I let the game come to me. So, if somebody doubles Giannis or they build a wall and I'm open, then that's a shot that you have to shoot for the possession. It's possession for possession in the playoffs. Have court setting, and obviously, teams' defense is always going to be built around trying to stop 34. So the guys around him have to be able to open the floor up and knock down shots and space the floor. So, just let the game come to us and, play defense. That's the biggest thing, staying locked in on that side of the ball and trying to get stops. And, when we get stops, we can just get the ball and run and, have fun on the other end.
What do you think of just the big starting lineup? I mean, you have you, Brooke, and Giannis in at the same time. What do you think that presents to an opponent?
I don't know, man. We just trying to win games. We don't matter who out there. We just trying to, build our camaraderie. Take it one day at a time, but still think bigger picture. And just work as hard as we can in that lineup. Play the right way, space the floor, and play with confidence. That's the biggest thing. Playing with confidence is a big thing out there on the basketball court. You know who's confident and you know who's not.
Sorry, I have 2 questions for your eye. The other night, were you having any tearing or like blurred vision that you couldn't play?
I couldn't see at all.
Not at all?
I couldn't see.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so that's not easy to treat. You can't put ice on there. Are you doing drops and ice and anything weird that's trying to speed up the healing process?
I mean, when it happened, when I fell, I just fell down because I got dizzy and I couldn't see. I just blacked out. And then my vision came back about 7 seconds later. That's when I ran back down the court. And it was funny, Drew, I tried to post up DeRozan, and Drew was like, man, I'm not going to throw you the ball. Yo, it's your eye bleeding, bro. He's like, yeah. I'm like, man, ball, I'm open. And then he was like, nah. Then they called timeout. Then I exited the game, and I didn't return. So
Wait, you didn't have a concussion, though? Because usually blacking out, getting hit there.
Nah, I'm glad I didn't have a concussion. I didn't want no concussion. Knock on wood on that.
Defensively, when you guys have that 3 big kind of lineup, I think back to like the very first play of the game. You're coming from the backside, really trying to show DeMar that wall. Just how big was that for you guys tonight to make DeMar uncomfortable?
I mean, obviously, it's always about adjustments in a 7-game series. That's why it's called a series. Obviously, they're going to make an adjustment on Sunday, and they're going to come back and be prepared. So, we have to be ready for that, whatever they make. And, the biggest thing is just trying to, give guys different looks. In this league, players are so talented and so good that when you give them a heavy dosage of the same thing time after time after time, Obviously, at one point they're going to figure it out and they're going to master it and they're going to know where to get to their spots out of different coverages and things like that. So the biggest thing is just showing the crowd, just trying to mix up our defenses and things like that because. Obviously, Zach and DeMar, they can go for 40, 50 points on any given night. So just try to limit it as much as possible. But, still know these guys are going to get to those spots. They are pros. They are all-stars. So we ain't going to be able to stop them entirely, but just try to contain them just a little bit more than what we have.
So much of your defense is based on like the shell being solid and forcing guys into tough shots, but not necessarily taking those away or making them feel uncomfortable. In the playoffs, when you guys make those adjustments and really start to be aggressive, what does that feel like? Does it feel different than when you're playing solid in the regular season?
Yeah, man. In the playoffs, it's all in. Regular season, you might have some slip ups here and there where somebody, might backdoor or get a layup, or when we're in center, the guys popping, or they're turning us up that way. But man, in a 7-game series, all those things really matter. You have to really be detail oriented in everything you do, and every guy that steps out there has to know his role and knows what he needs to do on the floor to impact winning. At the end of the day, it's not about how many points you score and about how many rebounds, assists you get. It's just about impact and winning. And, the basketball guys will always, come around and, they will always reward you for that.
Bobby, last week you had talked about the moment in the playoffs. I understand there's a long way to go, not just this series, but where you want to get to. But is tonight an example of that in your mind for you even? Like, okay, Chris is down, bench is maybe shorter, on the road. Is this an example of what you were thinking about last week?
Yeah, man. Just me. I hate talking about my personal self. Like I really do, because I'm always been a team guy my whole life. I just like winning, and with me personally, man, when I talk about moments, it's always about moments. It's not about how many points you score, how many rebounds you get. It's about being solid, knowing your role, being a star in your role, and doing what you do to help the team win. I know if my shot's not falling, I'm going to go try to be the best rebounder. I can get every rebound I can that's in my area or outside my area. Or if my shot's falling, space the floor and, knock it down and give driving lanes for the stars on our team. So, when you on a championship team and when you want to be a piece to a championship team, you have to know what you can do to help the team win, and you have to do that well on a nightly basis. And I think one of the things I do is bring energy each and every day, each and every time I'm out there. So, that's one thing that doesn't show up on the, box score or whatever it is. But, I think that, my teammates know it.
Before every game, you guys make a starting lineup change. Either Jim or I ask Bud if he knows who's starting, and he says yes. And then we ask if he'll tell us, and he says no. I'm curious, when do you find out? Like, you're in the starting lineup for the first time. Like, do you find out like a shoot around? Like, what's the process like?
I don't know what Bud really want me to say. I don't know if that's a trick question or not. Nah, I don't know if he wants me to say that or not. But I just find out whenever he tells me. I think that's the best way to go about it, I think.